If you just happen to stumble across this video and are completely new to the greatest what if ever crafted on YouTube, what if Goku and Vegeta wish their tails back? Well, I got a couple things to say. First thing, shame on you. We're like 15 joints in, man. Go catch up. Second of all, it's your lucky day because this is the episode you wanted to catch. Yeah, now we're on to Beast Gohan. Yeah, what if Beast Gohan got his tail wished back? Well, with all this Saiyan power flying around, we of course had to have a new type of, I guess, energy source for these Saiyans, or transformation, whatever you want to call it. Now, primal instinct is a term you're gonna hear a lot, so bear with me, but I really would recommend you guys going back and catching up to this story so you fully understand what's going on. But as of right now, Goku, Vegeta, Broly, and yes, Zykor were able to harness the power of primal instinct because winning and evolving is just what Saiyans do. But Gohan is different. Unless the very existence of the people he loves is threatened, he doesn't really have the incentive to get stronger and reach those new heights. Goku, being Goku, knew that there was no other way to go about it, so if an enemy is what Gohan needs, then he'll give it to him. He figured out that the Red Ribbon Army's Dr. Hito is working on this all-new powerful android, so he decided to speed up his creation by lending some of his own energy. Just a man looking out for his son, I guess, but of course, for more context, you guys are gonna have to check out all of the previous parts. But as far as this fated battle between Gohan and his ultimate nemesis, the finished product of Cell Max, well, let's see how it goes. When Perfect Cell Max broke out of his pod as a newly born sentient being, his unusual and disruptive aura sent a wave of discomfort throughout the entire universe. Goku and Piccolo immediately realized that something is about to happen. Broly, who was chilling with his friends at the time, felt a little agitated because it looked like someone was about to get in the way of his free time once again. Naturally, Beerus and Whis are doing their due diligence and watching over the warriors. The Grand Priest does have high hopes for them to complete and master Primal Instinct, and he also kind of just sat there and watched Cell Max be born as well, so there's that. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 go over and greet him. "Where's Gohan?" he asks, but follows it up with, "Sorry, that was a strange thing to ask." The thing is, he already knows where Gohan is. He already knows about all of the challenges he's overcome so far, and on Goku's request, Cell Max was exclusively designed and built to fight and destroy Gohan. And while it may be true that Gohan had no idea what Goku was up to, his adversary knew everything. Cell Max steps outside the facility, and Dr. Hito is just too scared to say a word. Only after his project was complete did he realize what he had truly done. It'd be one thing if Cell Max were to stop after destroying Gohan, but it isn't really that simple. As smart as he is, Dr. Hito was just unable to understand the natural proclivity of Primal Instinct. In a way, it was the most unpredictable power in the world. Something Zykor can definitely understand, and speaking of Zykor, it looks like he finally won the war against his wife Kale, and they're about to name their son. She definitely didn't want Zykor to name him after the goddess of violence, but it had been decided. Zykor and Kale's son will be named Caries. When Vegeta returns and asks Caulifla about how it was decided, she explains that from now on they've agreed that it doesn't matter how many children they have, Kale will always be the one responsible for the names from here on out. Well, it's not like it was any of Vegeta's business to begin with. He was more interested in the child than the child's name. On one hand, you have Zykor, the first Saiyan to achieve Primal Instinct, and on the other hand, you have Kale, basically the female Broly. Vegeta picks up the baby, and for the most part, he's just like a normal Saiyan baby. However, as he's looking into the baby's eyes, giving his best smile, he notices a subtle disturbance in his power level. Coincidentally, it happens at the exact moment Cell Max is born. This makes him recall how Zykor mentioned that his newborn son is already stronger than Trunks. "Nah, that's ridiculous," Vegeta says to himself and heads to the Great Hall. To celebrate Carrie's birth, it was time for a feast. Now, going back to Cell Max, Gohan had already transformed into Super Saiyan 4 and is currently racing to his target's location. If it's gonna be going down either way, he'd rather have the battle take place far away from his own home and family. Cell Max catches this and chooses to wait outside the laboratory. Within the next 2 minutes, Gohan is already here, standing in front of Cell Max with his jaw dropped and his transformation undone. "Seriously?" he says. "What's wrong, Gohan? Why did you undo your transformation?" Cell asks. "I was just taken off guard." I knew that Dad wanted me to fight someone strong soon, but who could have guessed that it'd be another Cell? This is crazy, Dad. But I'm not sure an android can handle any of the current Saiyans, Gohan declares. He was feeling oddly confident all of a sudden with this new power. Well, I do know what you're talking about, but comparing myself to the old Cell is foolish, Gohan. I mean, honestly, what are you wearing those big-ass glasses for? Can't you tell from what I did earlier? As far as the previous Cell is concerned, he is no different from a mere bug to me. I could squash him just like I could squash a roach. Now, hurry up and transform, Cell Max replies. Interesting. So do you actually believe that you're stronger than me? I mean, I am a potential Unleashed Saiyan and now a Super Saiyan 4 on top of it. Do you honestly have any chance, Gohan asks? Hearing this, Cell Max just laughs. I see what you're doing, Gohan. Very clever. You just tried to talk me into revealing my current power level, right? Relax, you should have just asked. I don't need to hide anything. I mean, if you want to know how strong I am, let's just say that I am the strongest individual on this planet right now, Cell Max declares. This causes Gohan to pause and reflect. He also transforms again just in case. You gotta be kidding me. You mean to tell me you're stronger than my father and Broly? Wait, isn't Lord Beerus and Whis still on the planet as well? Are you stronger than them too, Gohan asks? Perhaps, Cell Max replies with a smirk. Subsequently, we would see Beerus and Whis visiting the sacred planet of the Kais at this moment, so at the very least, these two aren't on Earth, so that doesn't count. Of course, Gohan anticipates that, but even so, is this guy for real? Maybe Lord Beerus and Whis have already gone back, but is he really stronger than Dad and Broly? How is that even supposed to make any sense, Gohan thinks to himself. He releases the full extent of Super Saiyan 4 and proceeds to land a solid kick to Cell's neck. The result? Cell remained unhinged. Listen, Gohan, you'll have to try a lot harder than this if you want to hurt me, Cell says. It was no use. Gohan tried several different attack patterns, but he was just unable to hurt Cell Max. Goku and Piccolo are watching this battle take place from the lookout. Come on, Gohan. What are you gonna do, son? It's looking hopeless out there. How are you gonna defeat an enemy stronger than myself, Goku states. It's a little too late to play the sophisticated dad, Goku. Friendly reminder, it was you who pitched this monstrosity of an idea against Gohan. At least tell me that if worse comes to pass, you're willing to step in, Piccolo asks. Listen, Piccolo, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say next. It's like this, Cell Max is modeled after universal elements. Maybe I can find a way to defeat him, but I won't be able to kill or erase him. It's impossible. As long as it's not Gohan who defeats him, this guy will keep coming back for all eternity. Much like Boo, if you will, but far more fearsome. Ironically, the most dangerous thing about this guy is his composure. You can never really tell what he's going to say or do next. I mean, look. Nothing phases him, does it? Goku replies. Going back to the battlefield, Gohan's anxiety is through the roof. What's ticking him off right now isn't Cell Max's defense as much as it is his own lack of desire to counter. From the moment the battle began till when Gohan landed the first hit, up until just now, Cell Max had made sure to not attack Gohan at all, countering not even a single time. He just yawns and says, "You know, Gohan, go back home for today and come back when you're stronger. This is a waste of time." No way you're actually saying this right now, Gohan says. Yes, I'll wait, my friend. Killing you right now would be such a waste. Go home and come back when you're well rested and maybe a bit stronger than your father at least, Cell Max replies. Alright, so hypothetically, let's say I don't come back for 1,000,000 years. Will you spend that entire time waiting here, Gohan asks? Once again, Cell Max just erupts in laughter. Come on, Gohan, don't be silly. I'll be going around amusing myself. Maybe kill a few here and there so that you can finally start taking this seriously. Oh, I know. How about I go kill that pretty little wife and... Well, Cell wasn't given the opportunity to finish that sentence. As he was listening to this, Gohan was explicitly shown a future where Videl, Pan, Chi-Chi, and pretty much everyone else he had ever known or loved was dead. Almost as if a spell was placed on his head, he was deliberately forced into experiencing this. Naturally, when a Saiyan's emotions are blown out of proportion, their power level is the first thing that usually follows. Recently, the Saiyans have been tapping into primal instinct, and this would be a catalyst. It's also what Vegeta used to knock Gohan out for months, so he was familiar with it. So in response to the dark reality Cell showed him using some form of mind control, Gohan's body awakens the primal instinct and lands upon Cell Max a blow that sends his head flying. His head flies so fast that it travels the entire globe and comes back to this exact location. Unironically, he just catches it with his left hand and places it right back on his neck. Well, this is more like it. Let me make it clear for you, Gohan. If you failed to kill me, that is exactly what I'm gonna do to your Yet again, Gohan doesn't give him the opportunity to finish that sentence. He speed blitzes Cell and kicks him right in the gut. In this case, it wasn't about where the kick landed as much as it was about the angle at which it did. Gohan made sure that the impact of that attack doesn't cause any unnecessary damage. All it does is that it leaves a massive crater where they were standing, and well, about 50 to 60 million kilometers away was Mars's moon Phobos, and it was instantly destroyed. See, this Gohan, this is exactly what makes primal instinct so dangerous. You're learning. Good, Cell Max says. He was still unaffected for the most part, but unlike before, these last two attacks definitely did plenty of damage. At the lookout, Goku observes how Gohan is still not quite there yet. Don't lose yourself now, Gohan. There must be a limit breaker state exclusively only to you. You gotta find it. Harness it. That's the only way to fight and win against Cell Max, he says. You know, Goku, this Cell Max guy shouldn't be this strong. Just what kind of raw materials were used to make him this overpowered, Piccolo asks. Goku thinks about it a little and then says, I'm glad you asked. Well, you see, prior to meeting Dr. Hito, the little guy had already used Broly's primal energy and Golden Frieza's DNA. All I did was help him escalate the process by lending a little bit of my own life force as well. Maybe I'm biased, but I don't think it's me or Vegeta who will master primal instinct. No, I think it'll be Gohan. And if you guys can't already see where I'm going with this, Gohan will find the answer to this mystery that has plagued the Saiyans and the multiverse since its inception. Who knows just how he'll get it done yet, but Gohan just may be the first to unlock Super Saiyan 5.